Hello, viewers. I'm SB, and welcome back to Songs of Conquest, where you may notice some things are a little bit different about this army than when you last saw us. I realized I reloaded from the save and ran back over here, and I realized, like, with us not engaging, with the enemy being unable to engage with us until the green barrier is down, and the only button being on our side, there's no particular reason, really, for us not to just completely run up all of our research. So I spent a little bit of time running around the map with Magnolia, making sure she got all of the permanent buffs, and then using our income to buy the resources necessary to max all this stuff out. And now we have maximum troop sizes. They're twice what they were before for a lot of kinds of units, 160 rats, and we're going to try this again. There was one troop of units that I had left alive because I thought they were going to join our army and we didn't have space for them. When I engaged with them, it turned out that they just wanted to fight. So I killed them with Brother Halar. He gained a level. I got a point of command. And then it turned out there were seneschals in this crypt. So we do have half a stack of those. I'm a little unsure whether it makes more sense to keep the seneschals and the specters or just to boot them both for 2 more stacks of banes. Because honestly, at this point, a full stack of banes is dealing at least 200 damage on an attack. We have a lot of HP to get through. And I think this is an important thing because as things stand right now, without the undead, we are missing almost all of our tough units. The best we can do is just stack up HP on our more aggressive units, and so that's what I've done. And so, without further ado, the keystone's deactivated. The other thing I did consider is that I don't know for sure if this works, but I'm definitely thinking it might be the case that we could demolish our library and keep all the already paid for science, and then just build the other research building and get, extra stat points and traits on our units. I'm hoping that that won't be necessary. I'm hoping that it won't come to that. So for the moment, let's just get out here and win some fights. All right, we know about these broken down towers. We know they probably don't matter. We know I'm still taking them. And I'm also going to grab this Order Spire. Why should you be allowed to have any magic ever? And then she is going to run back to the front as well. I think it's probably faster to run back over to the teleporter than it is to try to follow him through the forest. All right. Baron Silverlink. I have some pretty good magic incomes now. This fight is marked no tooltip. Fight is marked fair at this point. The shields of order though, they're still definitely scary. All right, we've seen this conversation. Out of curiosity, if I hit quick battle, what does it say? What does it think? We're almost certainly going to do this manually anyway, but it does kill basically my entire army. Okay, let's get in there and see if we can make that any better. We have a ton of essence income now, which is certainly going to help. This is a very different battlefield than we got last time, and one that I think is pretty significantly to our advantage. Okay, an interesting swap. Yep, that's pretty annoying stuff. All of their units getting to go before all of my units is a little rough. So we're pulling in a ton of destruction. God, part of the problem is we very badly need to be able to tier up, you know? These guys are going to be able to reach us no matter what we do. I'm going to gain Arcana Destruction, Arcana. So we are going to have enough for a spell bomb over here. Yeah, maybe I just prep for, like, I hate shooting at these guys with the ranged, but I don't really want to close on the enemies either. Yeah, I guess let's get the poison ticking. Yeah, I think I'm good with an Arcade Storm back there, and then this poor unit. Don't really think I want to advance too much with the Spectres. Yeah, I just want Essence, honestly. Alright, so we can take an additional big chunk off of their archers. We have ruptures available, we have dimensional doors. Obviously, we can do things like run up on the enemy and do some repel shenanigans. I could save up for other stuff. But I think I'm going to... Yeah, I think I'm going to run up here. I'm going to hit the repel on this guy. Okay, 142 rats will do the job, apparently. Oh, that's a lot of damage. That hurts a lot. Yeah, we're fine. We're fine. So at this point, I can block this guy off with a single unit. I think it's just engagement time. I think we're past trying to be sneaky. If I attack, hold on. If I attack from there, I'm not leaving the rats a way through to jump this guy. Maybe I just want to block him like this. I'm gonna run up here and not attack, I think. Just let him spend his turn attacking us. Okay, so the rats are going forward instead, but not before. Some of this and also some of this. Do we want to focus on the actual archers? No, I probably want to take some dudes off of these big stacks. Okay, the acid cloud's pretty smart there. I do think that acid clouds specifically, and I know they don't really do this kind of thing in their design, but I feel like acid clouds specifically should be less effective against Banes and Toxicologists because they are wearing gas masks, you know? Alright, my range is still such that I can run up here and drop a pretty devastating ranged attack onto that dude. You're gonna back out of the cloud, I guess? Alright, and that's probably about the end of that. I could hit my own rally, but it doesn't really seem all that valuable. Kind of weird that they cast the onslaught on this guy's turn instead of on the archer's turn. Not that it matters, you know. I guess let's murder their defenses and then cast the rupture. And then we shall continue to approach. Do I want to do anything else to this guy? I mean, I might just... Yeah, I'm just gonna shoot at him. Just keep picking at his levels. Okay, that's another acid cloud. That's fine. I don't know that I am outperforming the auto resolver. I feel like I'm not exactly killing it here. Let's get to freedom. You're getting dimension doored. Okay, at least we survived that time. It is probably worth falling back and just grabbing more troops, right? We're not really that far from... Yeah, like our rally point is just right on the other side. The defeated Baron ordered his remaining troops to lay down their arms. I surrender. Will you allow me to retreat to my holdings on the coast? Yes, fine. Perhaps you'll come to your senses once my research is concluded. Not likely. Man just looks me right in the eyes and says, I'm never going to come to my senses. And I guess we just let him go. Yeah, for safety's sake, I should probably fall back and rearm. And then let's get you in here as well. We do have plenty of money. Let me make sure that the rats are all in position here. We actually probably don't have the money for a full rearm. Like, I can fix this stack and that stack. And then just fixing the rats alone would be more than I can afford. Yeah. So we can sell stuff. We do have a lot of extra building materials. I don't think at this point we really need... Oops, jeez, that was the wrong button. Well, that undid all the value of selling all that stuff. Okay, let's just bring on 84 additional rats and I guess get back to it. The thing is, Brother Hilar has to survive. So maybe we wait for her to get here. Because we don't know for sure what we're looking at. Brother Hilar can just continue filling up his army. A little bit of cowardice never hurt anybody, right? Alright, tribute to creation. A free orchard. Okay, big settlement up ahead. So, we have tons of troops actually in the in the recruitment pool. Let's bring on another... Like, I think what I want here is another stack of rats and another stack of banes, but we could also bring in just some necromancers, or even just split our existing necromancers, because if we're not attacking with them, if what we mostly want them for is charge essence, like the stack doesn't need to be full, right? But I would like more rats. Yeah. Alright, we'll hang out until we get more rats, and then we'll just split the necromancers. Alright, Magnolia's leveling up, and I think we will grab some more command, maybe. Well, it seems like a decent settlement. All right. Wow, that's a lot of sappers. Well, obviously, if we could take this with relatively few losses, it would be a pretty big deal. They have a ton of knights, too. This is marked as simple, but I'm not sure that I agree. I'll accept that outcome. You know, that's pretty wild. That seems to me like not necessarily correct, but we'll take that. We'll take over their thing. We will take more command. We might just max her command out, honestly. Grab an Aurelian milestone here. Visit the tavern for some bonus move. Okay, we just got to find a couple more sources of ancient knowledge. And I'm relatively certain at this point that we got everything that was back on the other side of the gate. Death comes to all, but listen, it doesn't have to be like a big deal or anything. I have no idea where exactly to look, so we're just going to look everywhere. Alright, pretty hefty bonus for the next battle. And this looks like it could be important. Okay, this is a library that we don't need. Gives me a Forum of the Unseen. In addition, this place doesn't really have a lot of small setups here. I would probably do, yeah, this, so we'd probably want to keep the timber mill. Honestly, we're probably producing enough rats already. Alright, the build queue is full. Well, you know what? Now I have to buy more. Turns out our income of this stuff is still pretty slow. Okay. And I guess we're also... Oh, we only added 1 to the number of buildings that can be constructed at once. Oh, well, we already have a lab. Okay, I don't know what we're going to do with that. We probably don't need 2. Oh, it's just a creation spire. Okay, well, there's a lectern over here. And you probably want to stick around to see the construction of the rally point. Okay, let's fill up those slots. Sorry, she also can upgrade her existing toxicologists. We can add some to their number, but yeah, recruiting troops is expensive, it turns out. Found ourselves some oathbound guards. Should be a fair fight, not necessarily my favorite kind, but we sometimes have to settle. I serve the Empire and Aurelia, and as a wielder of the Empire, I command you to follow me. You are not her. Fine, but where is Aurelia? Lost to us. Just let me pass. Alright. I'm sure we can make this work. These guys can't be that tough, right? I do think our rat stacks are going to fare potentially very poorly against the large individuals here. So these are range resistant with 700 HP per stack. You guys are also range damage resistant. Yeah, this is ugly. This is ugly for sure. Alright, the rats will be good at dealing with those guys. As things stand here, we're not going to see any range shenanigans to these dudes, so if I just run up... Nope, all I can do is shoot that guy anyway. Well, I can probably take him out at least, between the two stacks. Yeah, I think it's safe enough to run over to here. I do appreciate the grouping up. And then it's like, do I actually even want to take the charge, or do I think I want to just deal damage? Okay, so we're pretty close to getting rid of this one entirely. I can't quite reach any of the large stacks, which is really annoying. I think I'm gonna just kill these guys, because they're a little more frustrating to fight with the spells and the ranged units. I wish we had leveled up Justice here. Justice is, like, it's fine, I guess, as a way of killing them. Now that the groups are not so tight, it's probably better to cast Justice than to, like, try to fireball people. So you can step back and hit for pretty significant. We should probably get rid of these dudes. So I'm going to, before we do that, throw down a Justice on that guy. I should not stand next to the rats, right? Yeah, dealing damage to targets next to the initial one. That's a shame because I want to get deadly range on this dude. Maybe I'm better off running down here and getting deadly range on you. Yeah. Good job, rats. I'm a little surprised we were only given fair odds on that. Alright, they've got to be guarding some lost knowledge, right? At this point, we don't actually need the Glimmer Weave as badly as we need the money, I think. Get us a small number of additional Banes. This ruin contained many texts, but only one was still readable. I still await her return. It has been too long. I shall travel to the Tenderwild to see what is keeping Aerith Emmeline from performing his duty. I am and will forever be her sword. Okay, yeah, that's a little something. It's not like useful, but it's something. Alright, and this seems like it's gotta also be something. These are my last wishes. Upon my death, bring my remains to my most faithful servant Aerith Emmeline, in the heart of the Tenderwild, Empress Aurelia of Rowendale. Okay, that one is a lot more directly, immediately the thing we needed. So there's one more piece over here somewhere. And we're not going to go get it just yet. Alright. Finally managed to fill that slot up. I probably don't need to fill this army completely. Let's see, there's more territory up here. No, there's not. Never mind. Cliff faces everywhere. Alright, full stack of rats. Always good for everybody. And at this point, I think we're gonna do this and then go... Alright, let's go have a look around. Some gallows and some reflecting pools. Just free XP laying all over the ground. Honestly, though, since Halara is almost back, maybe the right move with her is to have her go for the portal. Because that Scholar's Lectern is certainly, like... That is meaningful stats, right? Okay, that could potentially be our last knowledge point. Due to the structure of these campaigns, I'm very compelled to make sure I run up here, and honestly, probably we're going to wait. Probably we're going to wait to finish the mission until she gets to the lectern, at least. If we see a thing that looks like it's the thing. Oops, I forgot to touch the tower. It's probably a pretty good idea. You know what? Let's just max out command. Alright, something tells me we are not looking at mission-winning resources out of here. Yeah, there's a lot of like bonus XP objects in this area. Okay, this could very well be the location of the last bit of knowledge. There's a lot of things it could be. I'm just gonna wait a second. Alright. It's important that she secure the bonus movement at the very least. The lack of other stats can be compensated for in various ways, but if the army can't get where it's going in time, obviously that's a huge problem. Alright, now that she's done that, let's go see. Well, there's certainly more undead over here. Spectres wearing the robes of ancient scholars emerged from the graveyard, swinging their ever-burning censers of myrrh. Bound by oath, bound by knowledge. Ah, now this is promising. Greetings, scholars. I too am a scholar with the Unseen Society. Lost. She is lost. Why do we not feel her presence? Well, we are searching for her. What can you tell us of her plans to preserve the legions, to serve the Empire? Something has gone wrong. Her presence is required for the oath. There was an uprising. Have the Ethdraw taken her? The Ethdraw? Who are they? The Dragon Lords that the Froglings served. The Ethdraw. Come, Spectres. Serve me and we will find Aurelia. Okay, they'll serve, and that was our last piece of knowledge. So it doesn't matter that they'll serve. We're done now. Brother Halar and Magnolia gathered to discuss what they had learned. We've learned a great deal, but I believe we must find the fallen wielders and hopefully even Aurelia herself. Do you think we could speak to them? Well, it seems they all took an oath of a sort, and if their minds are preserved, then we might be able to. But I believe we need Aurelia to wake the other wielders. It seems that way. Well, I've decided. You and I will travel to Patrium to seek out the Ethdraw. Maybe they stole the sacred artifact of Aurelia's ashes. Perhaps we can talk to her through that. They must have it. Why do you believe that? Who else would harm Aurelia? Her wielders and the Fae were part of the plan to raise her. It could only be her enemy, the Ethdraw. Dr. Marjata, a colleague, is in Patrium now, researching some crater. She may know where to find the Ethdraw. I'll send word to her. What about the wielders? Shouldn't we find them? Ambertina is already working on Vaish's tomb, and she sent some members to the Tenderwild to find out about the Fae King, Irith Emmeline. May I suggest another wielder for that task? Roderick of Loth. He is well versed in diplomacy. The Fae do not take kindly to trespassers, and your unseen society may only antagonize them. A surprisingly fine idea. We'll do just that. I'll set it all up while you get the expedition ready for Patreon. Okay, we're doing it. We're getting through. Having gathered all there was to know in the Silver Mountains, the Unseen Society was now in search of Aurelia's ashes, an urn of immense power. With the urn, they hoped to speak with the powerful Empress and discover her plan.
Silver mountains, scholars digging deep, searching for answers, how to wake the ones asleep. In tombs and catacombs, the texts show them the way. The faithful flock to them, together for her. The unseen seen at last, together for her. The dead return to her, together for her, they pray.
very pleased to see that the rats were adorable all the way throughout that. So, a knight's loyalty. Many scholars were sent across Erebor to seek the Urn of Aurelia, but it was a loyal knight, Roderick of Loth, who was dispatched to the mysterious Tenderwild. He hoped to solicit the long-lived Fae for information about the urn. Boy, they just throw commas absolutely anywhere. They have no idea what these things are for. What he found would change the history of Erebor forever. That's quite a thing to do. Usually history is fairly solid. I think I'm going to call the episode here. I'm a little pressed for time today. So that's going to be it for us for now. Thank you all so much for watching. When you return, we're taking on Mission 3 of the third song, and hopefully finally getting to raise some sweet undead. And we'll see you then.